Hi, this is Charlie again. Today I'm going to talk to you about the actual process of injections in the eye. It may well be that if you're watching this, then either yourself or somebody that you're connected close to has been diagnosed with wet macular degeneration, and they may well have been told that they've got to have a series of injections in order to keep the condition at bay. Well, over the last 11 years I've had just shy of 36 injections in my right eye. It sounds horrendous. The thing that you don't do is stick pins in your eyes, but that's exactly what they're going to do. So your anxiety levels might be up on the ceiling at this point, but I can tell you from personal experience, it sounds far, far worse than what it actually is. So hopefully this little video clip is going to put your mind at ease. So let me tell you about how it happens and how I felt about it. Your consultant ophthalmologist will tell you that you will need an injection in the eye. That's bad enough. You arrive at the surgery or the hospital that's going to deliver the injection. There is a series of stages before you get to that injection stage, and I'm going to tell you about that now. You'll arrive. They will give you what's termed a visual acuity test. All that is an eye chart. That checks how good or otherwise your eyesight is at that given time. Once you've had the visual acuity test, they will put drops in your eyes. These drops dilate the pupils. And let me tell you, your pupils will go the size of a saucer. And you've got no control over that. But that allows the surgeons to then examine the back of the eye, because that's where the problem is, on the retina. After about 5 or 10 minutes, once these drops have kicked in and done their job, you will be taken to another room where you will have what's termed a retinal scan. All that is them, the surgeons, taking a photograph of the back of your eye. Don't ask me how it works, but in essence what it does is it creates the 3D scan of the back of your eye. That will show them whether there is any swelling, any edema as they call it, fluid build-up in the macula of the eye, the small part of the retina that deals with fine grain detail, that you need for facial recognition, that you need for reading. Okay? Once they've determined how much swelling or fluid there is there, you will then be invited to go down to the area where they do the surgery. The consultant ophthalmologist will see you. The consultant ophthalmologist will tell you what state your eye is in terms of fluid buildup. The consultant ophthalmologist will then tell you that yes, you do need an injection, or no, you don't. If you do need an injection, you will be then taken round to an area where they do basic pre-op. All that means is that the nurse will sit you down in a very comfortable chair. He or she will then administer further eye drops which further dilate the pupil, but, and this is the crucial point, they will put in topical anaesthetic onto the eyeball, the eye that's going to receive the injection. After a few minutes, about 5 or 10 minutes thereabouts, once the anaesthetic has kicked in, you'll then be invited into the room where they actually deliver the surgery, where they do the procedure. There'll be a nurse, generally a staff nurse there, and there'll be a consultant ophthalmologist who will actually administer the injection. You'll be invited to lie horizontally on something which is akin to a massage table. You'll be facing upwards. The nurse will hold your hand. The nurse will actually talk you through the process. And whilst that's going on, the surgeon prepares the actual injection. What will happen is that they will put a plastic sheet over your face. It's very loose, you can breathe very easily, it's not a problem. Okay. The plastic sheet will have a slit that's cut into it with 2 adhesive strips on either side of the slit. That will adhere to your eyelid, both upper and lower. That will then basically open the eyelids, and they will introduce a piece of equipment of which I can't describe to you, but because of the anaesthetic you can't feel it, and that literally holds the eyelids open. Okay? Once you're at that point, they will deliver further anaesthetic drops to the eye. The surgeon will identify what part of the eye he's going to or she's going to deliver the injection. Under their instruction, you'll be asked to look at a certain part, either the end of your nose or your toes, or to the top right or to the top left, whichever it is, and you will hold your gaze at that point for no more than a couple of minutes. And the surgeon then administers the injection. This is the scary part for most people, because what you don't do is stick needles in your eye. But let me tell you, you don't feel a thing. You really don't feel a thing. It will be a sensation, a little bit of pressure, and then you will experience a sensation which is where the fluid goes into the eye, and it basically makes your vision in that eye opaque. That's the best way I can describe it. It's short lasting. It's done in the split second. Once it's in, it's out. You don't feel a thing. The surgeon will thank you. The nurse will take the plastic sheet off your face. They will slowly ask you to get off the massage table. You'll swing your legs around and you'll sit there for a couple of minutes. Okay. That's to make sure that you've coped with it all right. And I always did. Most people do. In fact, everybody I know has done. Side effects. And this is what you really need to know, and this is what they don't tell you. Because of the drops that you've had put in your eyes, which dilates the pupils, even on a grey, rainy, horrible day, as soon as you step outside, the light is blinding. You must take with you a really good pair of dark sunglasses, okay? That's what I've found, and I do it every time. Doesn't matter if it's in the middle of summer or the middle of winter, take some dark sunglasses with you, because you'll need them. Because those drops take the best part of 6 to 8 hours to wear off. Then your vision will go back normally. Second side effect. This has only ever happened to me on 3 occasions in 30 odd injections. Because of the nature of the injections, sometimes you'll get a little tiny air bubble that's been introduced into the eye. Okay? That air bubble will show up, as silly as it sounds, on the bottom of your vision. It will dissipate within 12 to 24 hours. But the silly thing about it is it rattles about on the bottom of your vision. Air bubbles, you would think, would normally sit at the top of your vision. But because the way the eye works is that the image that the eye sees goes through the lens, the cornea, and it's basically reversed as it hits the retina. So everything that you see when it hits the retina is upside down. But your brain turns it the right way up. So even though it's sat up here, your brain's turned it the other way around, so actually it sits down in the bottom, which is a bizarre feeling, and it's unusual, and you can't figure out why that should be, but it's because your brain's turned the image around. But trust me, that will go within 12-24 hours. The following morning, the worst experience that you will possibly suffer is a gritty feeling in your eye. That will go after another day or 2. Some surgeons give you eye drops to counter the gritty feeling, and that's basically a lubricating eye drop, nothing more than that. It's not medication in any way, shape or form, it just basically soothes the gritty feeling. After a couple of days you'll be as right as a bobbin. That's how it works. It sounds far worse than what it is, trust me, I've been through it. You will get over it and you will cope, and hopefully it will keep the condition at bay. It works for many, many people. It is the gold star treatment. I'm not a medical practitioner, but I'm speaking from experience. So hopefully this has helped you. If you're going through that process, don't worry about it. You'll be fine. So if you found that interesting and you want to hear any more about my experiences over the years, just click on the link below. There's more to come. Thanks very much. Bye now.